Well, Utah is the home to the greatest snow on earth. We know that already. But before hitting the slopes, people have to hit the road.
And some of Utah's biggest ski resorts are plagued by the curse of the red snake. All the brake lights going up through the canyons, right? ABC4's Cade Gardner explains what that curse is and if there's any way we can break it.
On a good day, it takes just minutes to drive up the Cottonwood canyons to a handful of different resorts. But on a bad day, the red snake slithers over the road and skiers can find themselves stuck in traffic.
Been in the snake for like 3 hours almost. That was the worst time ever. Not good.
State Road 210 will accommodate about 1,200 cars an hour.
Alta Ski Area President Mike Mon says that is on a good weather day.
It starts to snow, the capacity of the road diminishes. So we go from 1,200 to 600 and all of a sudden to 200 or 300. And then that's where we get congestion.
Sometimes you can time it right and it's only like an hour, but definitely on the weekends it's pretty bad.
Being stuck in the red snake can feel like a curse.
I just tried to smile and, I felt bad. Kids are crying. They've been in the car for 2.5 hours.
But sometimes sitting in traffic is not even the worst part.
I personally was out on the road, turning cars around. They'd been in traffic, trying to get up here 2.5 hours, and then I have to tell them to turn around, and it was not a fun job.
Andrea Huskinson says Alta's parking reservation system is helping to prevent having to turn people away due to full parking lots.
It was definitely a challenge and something had to change.
There was one question I asked every single skier and snowboarder I spoke to, both on and off camera. I asked them how they feel about the reservation system, all of whom told me that they really enjoy it because they think even though it's not a perfect system, it's helped reduce the number of times they get stuck in the dreaded red snake.
I love it, honestly.
It's definitely slimmed down the crowd a little bit, so it's definitely helped.
Huskinson says it's not a perfect system and is constantly being tweaked.
Now people can cancel the reservation. Let's say someone has a reservation tomorrow morning. As long as they cancel it before 8 o'clock in the morning, they won't get charged or get dinged for that.
Slick roads play a huge part in causing traffic jams, but are just one of a few factors at play.
We see 6,000 cars or more wanting to go up on a busy winter day.
People flock to the area to experience the greatest snow on earth.
We have, I think, 10 resorts within about an hour and a half of the Salt Lake City International Airport.
But a handful of those resorts are located along a dangerous stretch of road.
Little Cottonwoods specifically has the highest avalanche danger in North America. It has more avalanche paths, it sees more avalanches of any road in North America.
Devin Weeder says that UDOT often has to close the road for hours and even days at a time because of it.
When you see that it could take 18 minutes to get up there when you leave your house, but by the time you get to the canyon, you're seeing that it's a 40-minute travel time or an 80-minute travel time because not only were you leaving your house, but everyone was leaving their house and you're all meeting up at the bottom of the canyon.
Weeder says the most common complaint they get is about inaccurate estimated drive times.
That's the biggest issue we see, whether it's a snowy day or a not snowy day. It's just the number of people trying to go up in a small amount of time. And we need to get people onto mass transit to solve that issue.
Having so many cars go up the canyon does more than just increase congestion. It also adds to Utah's air pollution.
So there's about 12,000 tons of CO2 equivalent emissions produced per year at current traffic levels. And that's about equivalent to 28 million miles driven by a passenger car in a year.
The state is addressing both issues through a 3-phase plan.
Because we're not trying to stop people from going up. We're just trying to get them to use more efficient ways of getting up there that cause less traffic, less CO2 emissions.
The first phase includes increased access to buses.
I especially recommend that on powder days or days when the driving conditions may be a little more variable. You can kind of guarantee yourself a safe ride up and down the canyon, no problem.
Allison Palmentier says Visit Salt Lake also offers a service called Cottonwood Connects.
There are smaller shuttles that will take you up and down to the resorts here in Salt Lake, and it's just such a great option, especially if you are staying at the base of the canyon.
Overall, the state is looking to reduce traffic in the canyons by 30%.
It's an alternative to the challenges of the road.
The last phase in the state's plan includes a gondola in Little Cottonwood Canyon.
So now we have a mode of transportation that isn't dependent upon the road, can potentially be used when there's still avalanche risk, the road is at risk.
In the end, the curse of the red snake or heavy traffic in the Cottonwood Canyons is a complicated problem that most likely will not be solved with one solution, nor by one single organization. Reporting from Salt Lake City, Kate Garner, ABC4 News.